He's a decent box dog. With luck, he can finish in the first 4.
Wales, and learn about him since you've acquired him, Graham.
He's hard work.
Tell me more.
Well, the first 2 starts I've had for him down here, I just thought he would have done a lot better. But I finally worked him out. We've worked each other out, and tonight everyone will see the Blue Goose boy from Sydney.
So when you say you've worked him out, what does that mean?
Oh, look, I've done a bit of work with him this week. He just wasn't getting to the line or anything like that. And although what's wrong, I had him checked by 2 or 3 different people. I checked him myself, and injury-wise, they're all good. So just give him a couple of shots of just a little bit of an iron and all that. So his iron deficiency must have been down a touch. I put him up my straight this week, and he's gone 14.40.
What does that mean?
It's flying. Last week he went 14.80. So the dog's on song. Box 1's a favourable box. He's always slow out, but hopefully the people in Sydney can see when he goes back, they've got the dog that they sent down. So I expect him to do very well.
Hope he does, mate. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Graham Jost there is a absolute sign of confidence. Great insights to get his work at home, and the difference between the 2 weeks. Joe Borg, you've got 2 runners in this race with Rihanna's Pride and also Blistered Earth. Rihanna's Pride probably the better of the 2. Do you think she can win it?
I'd like to think so, but she's actually having her first look at the track here. I brought her down to trial and we had a bit of a mishap, so she didn't get a look. But fingers crossed, we hope she can win. Thanks, Jason.
Joe Borg there with Rihanna's Pride. I'll throw back to you guys, and geez, what a wrap there for Blue Goose Boy. I mean, if Graham knows his greyhounds better than anyone else, he's a very good operator, and tell you what, expectations on. Let's see what he does.
Yes, indeed, Patch. And Nathan Gretsch, a tsunami of money for the red.
Yeah, the money's come for Blue Goose Boy. It's been coming all week and continues to come now, especially with that interview there from Patch. And as I said, we just got to begin well enough. Renee's Pride will lead. It just needs to hold on to its coattails and explode going down the back straight. He's a very powerful chaser, this Blue Goose Boy from New South Wales. He has the box draw to win. The money continues to come, and a little bit of support for Motion Sensor, who was a greyhound who always saw good support, but has raced against the likes of Alpha Zulu, Big Energy, and Explicit of late.
All right, I'm tipping the 3. Nathan Rooney's tipping the 1, Blue Goose Boy. For the 11th, the second last on Melbourne Cup night, let's head to our caller, Dan Hibbert.
5 last start, comes here for the first time. Sprightly Siand was second at the Meadows last start to Lassard. Moving in, race number 11 is the sandowngreyhounds.com.au, the mix 4 and 5. 2:30 Blue Goose Boy, 3:20 for Rhiannon's Pride, and Sprightly Sian at 5:50. They're the only 3 under double figures, and the others $12 for Motion Sensor. The race after the Cup, an amazing performance, an amazing race. Explicit, the champion for 2024. Set to run race 11. They're ready. And away, Blue Goose Boy missed the start. He was slow. Best out Invictus Harry. Speed, Motion Sensor and Sprightly Sian. They get sideways. Trying to sideways again for Motion Sensor. And they all jammed up, and it's still Motion Sensor and Blistered Earth who now gets to the front. Off the track, Rhiannon's Pride running on. Blue Goose Boy's recovering after a slow start. Sprightly Sian and Invictus Harry after all that's at the rear. It's Blistered Earth getting clear. 4 in front of Blue Goose Boy and running on Rhiannon's Pride, but it's Blistered Earth. Blistered Earth by 4. Second, Blue Goose Boy. Third in will be Motion Sensor ahead of Rhiannon's Pride. Then came Invictus Harry, and last in Sprightly Sian. It was a tight and willing contest, 29.54 the run.
Well, we spoke to Joe Borg pre-race. He had 2 in it. That was probably not the one he was expecting to win. Am I right, Joe?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised, but he's got the job done.
Owned by Mick Crow. Where does your history go back with him?
I got a phone call from Mick Crow. I conducted a seminar at the Meadows, and he was one of the people that was actually in the seminar and got me number back then and gave me a call and wanted me to start training dogs for him, and the association's just built from there.
When was that?
I think 2013. And he gave me a dog called Ralphie Sinell. I don't know if you remember it, but
Stayer?
yeah, Stayer, brilliant Stayer, and look, he broke 34 seconds here for me, and there's just been a great association since then. and he's at the footy watching the girls, North Melbourne girls winning the grand final. So, and his dog's won here tonight, so he's had a brilliant night.
Is he one of those blokes to be sitting in the crowd watching the footy with racing.com on his phone?
Yeah, absolutely. He'd be watching his dog as well, so he's had a brilliant night.
What about for you? You love the big nights. You've been involved in Group 1s in the past. To win a race in Melbourne Cup night, that must mean something.
It's happened a couple of times, and it's a brilliant night when you do that. And the little girl, hasn't been here tonight before, but she'll gain a lot by that next week in the Laurels.
Well, easy drive home now, mate. Enjoy it. Safe trip.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you.
Joe Borg there taking out the 11th on Melbourne Cup night.
Great guy, Joe Borg. Congratulations to him. First and fourth for him in race number 11, Blistered Earth. And this greyhound, when they got tied into that first turn, Blistered Earth got around them, and once in the lead, pretty hard to run down. And the one, well, the start was just a disaster.
Yeah, that was always going to happen though, Disco. He was always going to be last early, and he most probably got to him too close by the corner. They were jambling up front, and it was nearly second or third going through the catching pen. He ran right into their backside, so that was the undoing of him. In the meantime, Blistered Earth was able to miss that interference, drop to the fence and take a saloon passage. Small field, you think they're going to string out nicely for you. You've got a wide runner in 3, but he was nearly too close for his own good, Blue Goose Boy, because that interference come before the corner. He ran a good race into second, but that's the thing with backmarkers. They're not my cup of teas, and they're not things that I want to come into because there's too many variables, and you just need to get on speed. And the money come for him. He was most probably the fastest dog in the race. He had the draw, he had the map, but things didn't work out accordingly. But Blistered Earth brought up win number 7. That's the first time he's won from outside of box 2, but he was able to get to the rails third early and take the run. But he's a quality greyhound. He hasn't won for a while, but he's been more than competitive of recent times. Runner-up last start in 30.05 at the Meadows. He brought a decent enough form line here. He went around at a big quote. So he certainly made his presence felt. He was certainly a drifter in the market, as you touched on, Gretchy, but he doesn't know that, and he raced to his brilliant best there, and he was able to win race number 11.
Yeah, we're back off the deck here at tab.com.au. We've got one back, but it is extremely funny how often you see a greyhound like a Blue Goose Boy, and we spoke about Ella's Babe earlier too, when they hit these small fields, you think they're going to string out, they're going to get a nice run, and next thing you know, there's 6 dogs all on the same patch of sand, and they're all trying to get through. It's unbelievable how many times it happens, but when they began, he missed a kick, and then when there was a bit of trouble, I thought, oh my God, we're in some strife here. He's going to punch up on the fence and win, but no, he found the back ends of a few as well, and he's finished off well, Blue Goose Boy, but when you have a greyhound that runs the first sections like he does, and you want to take the 230s, 240s, and that's the risk you're going to take.
The winner, Blistered Earth, race 11 at Sandown, a son of Ferrell, Frankie and Euro Marsh, has now won 7 of 34. One race to go. The Get Out Stakes due at 10:49 Melbourne time. Looking forward to that. It's a 5th grade over the 5:15 metres, and we'll be back.